And welcome to a quick video on paid future absences. It's another current liability that we must accrue if an employee does not take their full vacation allotment of weeks and the contract entitles them to carry that week over to a future year. Most of the times that is the case. And so let's look at a case if this happens. Blatch Corporation has one employee. The employee earns $52,000 per year, or $1,000 per week. The company allows that employee to have 2 weeks of paid vacation each year. So essentially, each year for $52,000, the employee works 50 weeks and gets 2 weeks off. And for that, we give them $1,000 a week. Vacation time not taken in a year can be carried over to subsequent years. So during 2024, this employee took only one of the 2 weeks that he was due. Okay, so the requirement is prepare the appropriate adjusting entry for vacation time earned but not taken in 2024. Okay, so as always, quickly work that case. Pause your video here, work the case, and then come back and make sure that you did it right. And also, you might learn a little something else, crystallize something else based on my discussion of the solution. Okay, so I'll see you in a moment. Okay, welcome back. So we have vacation. This was related to employee payroll accounting, and each week, as the employee finishes the week, we give them a check for $1,000, and we debit salaries and wages expense. Okay, and so we did that 52 times a year. And so in the temporary salaries and wages expense account, 52 times we debited it for 1,000. And so at 12/31/24, the ledger account has 52,000 in it. But this year, the employee actually only took 1 week of vacation. So essentially, they gave us an additional 1,000 of service. And so at 12/31/24, we need to make an accrual because we now have a liability for a compensated future absence. And that accrual amount will be 1,000 because in 2025, the employee is going to get 3 weeks compensated paid absence rather than 2 weeks. Debit here is salaries and wages expense. So essentially, what we've done here is we have raised salary and wages expense for the year to $53,000 to represent the fact that the employee worked an extra week, and we need to match that service against the revenues they helped to generate in 2024. Okay. The second part of and by the way, of course, most companies are going to have, 100 employees, 1,000 employees, 10,000 employees. Well, if we had 100 employees only take 1 week, this amount would be 100,000, assuming they all made $1,000 rather than 1,000. Maybe some took 0 weeks, and we would accrue 2,000 for that employee for 2 weeks of service we owed them, because they took 0 weeks this year and are going to carry over 2. But it's the same accounting. Okay, and then we'll see what we do in 2025 when the employee takes that first week of vacation. We, of course, pay them their $1,000 of salary, but the debit will not be the expense, will be the liability. And so I made the date 3/12/25 is the week when the employee took that first extra week of vacation. So went to spring break with the family, probably. Okay, now this assumes that we didn't do a reversing entry. If we had done a reversing entry, then we would simply debit salaries and wages expense as we always do in that debit. But of course, it would have started the year in a $1,000 deficit position. So this would have just negated that initial reversal we did on 1/1/25. Okay, if reversing entries still remain a bit foggy to you, see me, and we'll work some examples till they make sense. All right. Thank you for your attention. Have a wonderful day.